Hey, this is how to understand how the government shutdown is costing you money, even if you don't know anything about politics or economics or anything. We're going to explain this very quickly. What is the difference between this and this? Mythology. Mythology is the difference between those two things. This we believe has value. Okay. Let's pretend that these are Gates certificates. Let's say that Bill Gates is running for president. And he says, anybody that supports me for president, I'm going to give one of these Gates certificates to, and that's worth $1,000 for every day that volunteer on my campaign. So people would be very excited about that, right? He'd get lots of volunteers, lots of people coming in to say, "Hey, great, I'll do that, for $1,000 a day. That's perfect." Yeah, let's say that instead we had Trump dollars. Now, that mythology is going to be a little bit different because, we know that Trump has committed 91 felonies, or at least is charged with 91 felonies. Is being tried in 4 different jurisdictions. He has already paid more than $2,700 in fines for fraud. He's overinflated his net worth multiple times on any number of legal documents. He's got a long history of lying. Those things are not going to make his little paper certificates very valuable comparatively. There are still people out there who would go to work on the Trump campaign for $1,000 value little Trump certificates, if they didn't say Gates on them. And but not as many, not nearly as many. Why? Because one piece of paper has a different mythology than the other piece of paper. There's the Bill Gates mythology, which is, he's pretty on the up and up and got a lot of money, and we know all this. And then there's the Trump mythology, which is like chaos and lying and fraud. Okay, those would not be worth as much. These things are worth money, and it's just a piece of paper. But it's worth money because people believe that it's worth money. This is built on an American mythology that says we will pay our debts. We're a stable democracy. We're not crazy people. We don't get overthrown by coups every few years, and the government functions well. These things are not the truth anymore. And the value of this gets a little bit more sketchy. Let me tell you something about it. People talk about debt. They talk about debt. We send people these things. Like when we talk about foreign debt, we send this stuff to China. China sends us, cement and metal and finished products and, all sorts of real things. All we're sending them is a piece of paper. Okay, this is mythology. These are mythology certificates. We are destroying. Any country would love to be in our position. Any country in the world would love to be able to send out little pieces of paper and get real stuff. We are screwing our own mythology. Our credit rating has been downgraded by every major credit service except for Moody's Investor Service. They're the only major creditor left. And they evaluate the United States in the same way that, a bank evaluates you for a car loan or something. They said recently, a couple of days ago in Bloomberg News, that a government shutdown threatened by Republicans would underscore the weakness of U.S. institutional and governance strength relative to other AAA rated nations. They're the last ones who haven't downgraded our bond rating. We're destroying our own mythology. We're destroying the ability to send out these little pieces of paper and get actual things for them. These pieces of paper that you put in your wallet that you buy things with, it's insane. No other country would do this. You have to just stop voting Republicans. I realize that Democrats are not exciting. Joe Biden is, not the most charismatic guy in the world. But the government is not a reality show. It's not for our entertainment. We need people just doing normal government things, keeping the trains running on time, and dealing with the problems of the poor and the water cleanliness and stuff like that. All of this chaos that the Republicans are causing and have been causing now for dozens of years are destroying us as as a society and as a mythology. So it's a terrible, terrible idea. We send out pieces of paper. Other people send us real things. It's a miracle. It's a huge scam. It's an amazing fraud that we pulled off here. And Republicans are dancing all over that because they're not. Listen, you're bright. You're a bright person, right? You wouldn't screw the shit out of yourself. Kind of need to step into the gap here. Get out to the polls. Bring other people when the election rolls around. Anyway, I hope that is all understandable. I hope that you have a terrific day. Let's discuss down below, and don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have other things here. I've been an activist for a long, long time, about 30 years now. You will help me continue that work if you like and subscribe and share these things, and we will be explaining other things in the future. I'm Sean Sheely. This is Merca today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.